just wanted to ask her a couple questions.
Yeah, Joanna's on standby right now. We're excited. She had an exciting purchase that she did, and it's not, well, every purchase I get is a flip, but this one is not to flip in the near future, but she snagged a sweet purchase this week or last week. It all is from flipping. She was able to get this because she's flipped for the last couple months, and they've saved up some money. So excited, but we'll let her tell you more about that story. And yeah, I guess without further ado,
all right,
we can bring her on and want you guys to ask questions throughout while we're talking to her. So anything that you guys want to know or any questions through the conversation we had with her, please throw in the chat. We're happy to ask her. Moving forward with it.
Demetrius said, did some research for homework and found some local auction places.
Awesome!
These low prices are ridiculous. Yeah, some of them, they're just trying to get stuff out. Like, they get so much stuff.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
Sure.
Good to go find a new place. All right, cool. Let me bring her on. We'll go here. We got there. All right, Joanna, let's see if we can hear you. Make sure.
Hello.
Awesome. Can you guys hear us both okay? I think we're good.
Throw in the chat. Let us know if you got us both audios.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It just came up on Facebook. So yeah, let us know if you got our audio, and we'll just go ahead and we'll ask you a couple questions, Joanna. So Stacy's on. Hey, Stacy.
What's up, Stacy?
So awesome, guys. All right. I'm just waiting to make sure that we can hear you guys. Or that you can hear us.
Yeah.
We can't hear you. But if you can hear us, let us know in the
chat, please.
In the chat that you can
hear. You have both audios for
audio.
Awesome.
All right. Perfect. All right. So you want to get started?
Yeah, moving forward, definitely. So we kind of gave an entrance to Joanna. Joanna actually jumped into, we met her, has it been 8 months now?
No, she's been in the group for a long time.
Sorry.
She started working with us.
She's been a team member with us for the last, I think about
6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months ago. So she's actually been helping us out back end stuff. So we're excited to have her, excited to talk to her. She's made leaps and bounds in her business within the last 6 months. And we're super excited to talk to her and get some information on how she's able to do that. So without further ado, Joanna, let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah. Just go ahead and tell us a little bit about your backstory, how you got discovered even the world of flipping.
I was going to say good morning, but it's really good afternoon for you.
It's 1 o'clock for us. You're 3 hours behind us.
My lighting seems a little bit funky. I wouldn't take a picture in it, but my backstory is that I was really, really unhappy with a job that I had that I was doing. And I was just reaching for any option to just free me up from it or make me feel not as tied to it financially or just something different. And I found a program that helped me find you guys. And so that's a little bit about my backstory.
Awesome. And
And that program, I think, was Work at Home School with our friend Caitlin Pyle, and we're members of that. And then, but what made you decide? Because in Work at Home School, there's a gazillion different things that you can side hustles you can do. So, what made you kind of gravitate towards the flipping?
I really gravitated towards you guys because I had done a little bit of flipping. I'm gonna skip to one of the other questions, but. When my daughter's 13, but when she was a baby stuff is super expensive. And so I found that, I'd buy a saucer and she'd use it for 3 months. And then I would sell it for $40 and buy the little picnic table that she could sit at. And then I would sell that for $50 and go buy the little slide that she could use for 3 months. And so I was like, oh my God, these people make a living out of this. And it was just really exciting. So I really gravitated to you guys immediately.
Awesome. Yeah. So you kind of answered, like, did you have prior experience? So it was basically the baby stuff. I don't know if you want to.
No, definitely. And that baby stuff that you were selling, were you doing that locally? Were you doing it on eBay, or how were you getting rid of the stuff that you had and when you were upgrading to new stuff?
Mostly it was Craigslist at that time and then Facebook Marketplace. And I did a little bit of eBay. Party City had all these Halloween costumes one year right after Halloween for $4. And so I bought a bunch, held on to them, and then that was my only experience with eBay.
Cool.
Selling Halloween costumes.
Which at that time of year could be really good.
That's right.
So, cool. So we kind of came up with a couple questions to ask her too. So, I know we did an interview with you a little while ago on the blog, and there was a time that flipping really carried you through, like switching jobs. I remember you talking about that. Can you tell us some more about like where your mindset was and kind of what you were thinking during that time? Because switching jobs can be stressful.
No, it was really stressful. And there was such a peace of mind. I had the opportunity to get an amazing job in communications. That's what I do. And it's stressful to wait for insurance and paychecks and money, but I didn't stress it at all. And during that time, um, because of flipping, we were actually going on a vacation to Maine, and there was no stress. Instead, we got to completely enjoy ourselves and not really think about that gap in pay and waiting. And I actually took a little bit of extra time in off in between jobs because I had a side gig.
Awesome.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. That's exciting. And that's
Yeah.
what we love about people who come into flipping is a lot of times it's not a full-time, it's a side gig. And you get started. And if you enjoy it, that's when you can go further and, dig deeper into your skills and get better and better at it to make a nice income with it. So you have that potential for sure. So
That's actually how I got started. Okay, so I married into it, obviously, but that's kind of where I started to learn to like it a lot more was whenever I was on maternity leave. So as a personal trainer, I didn't get paid time off. So I took 6 weeks off, but it wasn't paid. So during that time, I'm at home. I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? And I started listing his stuff, or we would go to the thrift stores and then I started to discover baby stuff. And so yeah, so that's kind of when I got into it. It's like, okay, well, what can I supplement and take this extra time off? And yeah, so it's pretty cool to have that relieve some stress, because that was a huge stress. I wanted to be home on maternity leave for a couple of weeks at least, So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
well, give us a couple of your favorite flips. So you've been doing this now for a while, and I've seen you grow in the last 6 months, and it's been amazing. So I know some of your flips, but let us know, some of the flips that you've done that might stick out, 2 or 3 flips that stick out to you in kind of your experience and that kind of stuff.
I think my first bigger one, I saw on Facebook Marketplace that this guy was selling industrial lights. And I just had a gut feeling about it. And he wanted $10 a piece, and he had 10. And I said to my husband, okay, you go meet him at the Walgreens and just buy 4. And we'll just try the 4. And he showed up to get the 4. And the guy said, you know what? I've been carrying these in the back of my car in the boxes. Just take all 10 for the $40. So I listed them for $75 a piece. And I got contacted by a lighting company through eBay in Las Vegas. And he said, can I buy all 10? And I said, of course. And he said, I just want to ship with my UPS account. If you can figure that out, I'll buy all 10. So I did everything I could to figure out how to make that work. And I did. So that was really exciting. And then just a few weeks ago, I sold an Italian oven that I bought for $100 for $1,600.
Woohoo!
So that was a big one. That's my biggest one to date. That was super exciting. Of course, it went freight, and that was a big amount of money. So
So what made you decide to make the leap into larger items? Because we have a lot of people that do smalls, and then so what made you take that leap? Because
it's hard to make your mind think, okay, how do I do this? And what's the process of, is this going to be worth it? So yeah, I'd love to hear your process of how you worked it out in your mind as well.
So when I started about $40 is what I wanted to make. That felt comfortable to me. And so I sold, coffee makers and the digital picture frames and bottle steam cleaner, like bottle steamers that clean bottles, baby bottles, stuff like that, shoes. And then I've watched you guys and people in the flipping group and scaled up. And then it became, okay, I want to make $100. And then $100 a flip was like, oh, this is amazing. But then I really like your business model about making 10 times what you spend on your investment. And so I started getting into bigger stuff and realized, okay, I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids. I like to have a little bit of a life, And so flipping the bigger stuff, the Sleep Number beds has been humongous for me. parting those out, I'm making $600 to $700 a bed. And now I'm hooked. So yes, parting them out, they're not a whole is $600, but they're a pretty quick $600 turnaround. And I am hooked on those. I'm waiting, Rob, for a hotel closeout where I can get 50 at a time.
Just check Craigslist, because that's where they could be.
That's it. Yeah.
That's where we.
And for you guys, for guys that don't know, we bought 60 Sleep Number king size mattresses a couple years back and did that. So
exactly, almost 7 years ago.
Was it? That's what she's referring to. So, but she's got a lot of great nuggets in here, guys. She didn't start out doing the large items. A lot of you guys in this sourcing workshop
don't feel like you have to.
Exactly. It's not where you have to start. You have to get comfortable with the process, which that is key in this business. And that's what she did. And then she started seeing the potential for more profit. And that's kind of why we were trying to show you in the sourcing workshop what the potentials are with the items that you're able to find and the items that are out there. So, but yeah, that's really great. I absolutely love that, Joanna. It's awesome to see your progression and watch you do that $1,600 flip and get into that. It's so exciting for us as coaches to be able to see you do that and watch the progress. Like I said, so super excited.
And to pair it with getting into the bigger items, I was completely happy with making, $200 when I started, $200 a month. And that felt amazing. And then it went to about $500, and it wasn't instant, but the first time I made $500, I'm like, I want $500 extra a month. And so I stayed consistent with that. And then last year I was consistent at about $1,000 a month. And that allowed us to do some amazing things. And now I'm consistent at $2,000 to $2,500 a month, which is incredible, and led us to being able to do what we did this weekend.
So what'd you do?
I paid cash money for a new to us camper to go camping. So it's a tow behind trailer with bunk beds and a queen bed and a table. And the biggest thing to me was the bathroom.
That thing looked nice. I love the pictures. It looks like it was updated too. Like they really did a renovation on it, which is really cool. It looked really nice.
It was the coolest thing in the world because she's a firefighter, and she was actually updated it for her grandfather, and they were selling it to raise money for him to move into assisted living.
Aww.
And so she was about to start her 48-hour shift at the firehouse the next morning, and she was 2 hours away from us. So we went up there in the morning. I gave her a deposit to hold it because everybody up in Phoenix wanted it. And so I did a little bribing and wheeling and dealing that I've learned from flipping. And I got her to bring it to her firehouse, set it up at her firehouse, and that's where we met her.
Yeah, awesome.
That's awesome. And you got to use your skills at flipping to negotiate the deal and also
put the deposit on. That's it. Quick thinking.
It's smart. It's very, very smart. So that's really cool. That's exciting that you're able to do that and find this awesome deal, plus pay for it by your flipping money, which is
cash and no payment.
That's
I've
awesome.
never held $9,000 cash in my hand. I thought I would be just sick over handing it over. And instead, it was the most empowering feeling ever. And I know in a couple months, I will be right back at that amount of money, if not faster. And it's just the most amazing feeling. I have not even regretted it for a second. It was amazing. And I would do it again.
Aww.
That's awesome. That is so exciting. Heck yeah. That is cool. That's so cool.
Honey asked if it got blurry. I think she paused for a second, but I think it should be back now. Yeah. But yeah, so
cool.
So when you first got started though, because this was, now you're at this point, but when you first got started, what were some of the biggest obstacles for you?
Roadblocks,
to overcome to get momentum?
Fear of not being able to do it. And I see other people have that fear, and I just want to yell through the phone or through the Facebook and be like, it's okay, because if I did it, you can do it. And one of the things that helped me break through was I realized that for some reason I established it in my brain that success was for other people. And I don't know where I got that. I grew up with a great family. Nobody ever told me that. But for some reason, my mindset was that success was for other people only. And once I realized that, I realized, no, success is for me too. and my potential is endless. And that's been a huge breakthrough. And so maybe figuring out why you think you can't do it.
Yeah.
It is. Fear is a huge one that holds people back. And yeah, you're 100% right. It's hard to get past that. And yeah, but you've busted through it. You've busted through the ceiling, and now the potential is endless. You're gonna, just like you said, you handed over that $9,000. You're gonna make that $9,000 back. You're very confident in that, and you know what your potential is now. Would you say, partially from getting one sale under your belt, it's helped you go to the next and next and next? Has it been what can you tell us about the progression of your flipping journey? What would you say helped your mindset the most?
Every step has helped. Everything that you find and you source and you pick up, every time you sell something, you feel like, okay, I could do that. Now I can go to the next one. Now I can go to the next one. That's why I graduated from $200 a month to $500 a month to $1,000 to a month in a month, to $2,000 to $2,500 in a month. So I would just say, do it. Think about what's the worst that could happen. Okay, you don't sell it. And I think my biggest advice, and I put this out in the Facebook group the other day, is to think about whether you'll at least make your money back. So if something's $20, you look it up, research it, and say, okay, I can at least make my $20 back. Probably sell for $100, but if not, I won't lose money. And so just push past it. Push past it once, and then you will be able to do it.
No, that's huge.
It is. It's great advice, because that's the same way I looked at it back in the beginning. Listen, if I'm going to invest so little, we tell you guys it's all your money is made in the buy. If you're getting that item cheap enough to know if something happens for some strange reason and you can't sell it, if you can get your money back out of that, there's no risk whatsoever. Our goal is not to get our
lesson. But
yeah, it is. Our goal is not to get our money back out of it. It is to 10x what we're investing in. But sometimes stuff happens and maybe it didn't, but you know that you've done the research on it, and you can get that money back for the item if something crazy happens. That's the biggest thing, is knowing how to do the research on the item, and then having that security of, okay, well, worst comes to worst thing ever, what's going to happen with this? And yeah, you can get your money, or even, I got to the point where I'm like, okay, as long as I can double my money, and if worst case scenario, I'm happy that I can get double of it, but I'm going to try to get 10x on my investment. So
yeah,
cool.
I know you kind of talked about like the piece. That's a great piece of advice to do that. So, but is there anything else that you wanted to add to anybody to tell? And we'll go ahead and open it up for questions after if there's anything else you wanted to add.
Any piece of advice and words of wisdom as you
went through your journey.
I would say, believe in yourself, invest in yourself, be kind to yourself, know that you can do it, even just little steps at a time. Push past that fear. I wrote myself a couple notes. Keep going and celebrate every little victory, because it gives you the inspiration to keep going.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why we love to celebrate all the wins in our group and with our members, because even that first sale is so important. Like okay, because some people even post in our members group, well, it was only $20, but no, it was not only $20. That was your first success, and then you keep building on it. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
so,
we do,
and you build the confidence from that.
We do, and we celebrate as a group. The Pro Flipper Club is the first $1,000 that you make, and that is a huge milestone. And when you get to there, you know that you can keep going with it. So it is so important, like Joanna said, is just celebrating those successes, no matter how small, how big they are, always celebrating them, so you can get to the next level, and it's just a progression. So super exciting for sure.
Well, and you know what? I'm just a regular person. My husband and I are just two hardworking people. We raise our family. We're just regular, everyday people. I know you guys are too, and you work hard for what you get. This is not some showy thing. This is, anybody can do this.
Yeah.
For sure. 100%.
Let's see if we have some questions.
Cool.
So Julie agreed. Success is for other people. That's my roadblock mentality. So yeah, it's a huge thing. I've thought that in the past too. Like, okay, well, they're doing it, but that doesn't mean that I can do it too.
Yeah. But you can't bust through it.
I would say to her, knowing what the problem is a big deal, because then you can constantly say no. Success isn't just for other people,
Yeah. Kick that to the
curb. Taking your thoughts captive.
Push it over.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. What you're thinking about and what you dwell on is definitely what ends up happening.
Yeah,
so if
and you want to get it out of your head. Exactly. You want to get that when that thought comes in, get it out of your head. Know that you're successful. You can be successful at this. There's so many people out there that are doing it, and there is success. And it's not for other people; it's for you.
Yeah.
You just have to take those steps.
Well, and this may be a funny visual, but literally you can open the window and just push it out the window and let it go and shut the door. Like, if you need a visual, open your window and let your fears go out the window.
Yep.
Great
Not
advice.
Today.
Yep.
Not
Great
today.
advice.
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you deal with slow months? I'm struggling with the consistent flipping income convert to full-time work. Been flipping for years, but income is inconsistent. Some months are great, and this month has not been good at all.
Yeah. Joanna, how would you handle that one?
It is back and forth, but sometimes, but you just don't get down and you keep doing it. And the biggest thing that you guys say and that I absolutely confirm is consistency. Just keep going. Don't be hard on yourself that you're having a slow week or a slow month. Just keep going, because it will turn around and pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah, great advice. And I'll piggyback on that. It is consistency. It's of getting stuff listed. If you're selling on eBay, even if you're not selling on eBay, it's getting more inventory on your name, whether that's Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, whatever you're doing, getting that more inventory out there. Even if it's stuff that you're getting for free because you don't have the money to invest into more stuff, get those free items, get them listed. You can't make money if stuff is not listed. So the consistent routine of listing stuff and getting your inventory your inventory number up there, that will help you get more consistent sales.
And the apps all love the algorithm of you listing on them regularly. So we've noticed that with all of them, but eBay specifically too. If we list something every day, then the sales start to come in. So yeah, because we'll go through spurts where he's shipping out a lot, so then he doesn't list because we're shipping stuff out, and then we go a week or two like, okay, well, we haven't had that many sales, but it's because we haven't been listing again. So so it is up and down, but if you can stay consistent with the listing, then the sales should be close behind. And also, I will add money management too, because that's definitely has not been a strength of ours in the past. So we'd have those amazing months and be like, woohoo, that's so great. But if you can take those high months and be, okay, this chunk we're going to put into savings, or we're going to allocate it towards these.
A rainy day.
Yeah. So you have that, then that can help, and not just like, I mean, we like to go on vacation, be like, okay, we had a great month, let's go on vacation. So like to know, have your money management under control.
For sure. For sure. Great advice.
So let's see. Do you have a niche on what you like to flip, Joanna? Is it mainly sleeping in bed?
I really do not. I have sold lots of things. I actually, Stacy and I went sourcing because we live in the same town a year ago or so. And I saw this weird box thing, like this tall, weird box thing. And it didn't look familiar, but I just had a weird gut feeling. And I looked it up a little bit. It looked like it was valuable. It was a medical grade air purifier. I turned around, I saw a second one and said, Stacy, one for you. We each sold them for over $500.
That is awesome.
Like this ugly, weird box.
That's awesome.
That is really cool. It's cool that you can make money on that kind of stuff too. That's
and
really
two of them reaching you. That's great.
Numbers, like I said, are amazing. I'm branching out this year. I just bought a military helicopter seat.
Nice.
And it has a big perspective. I mean, a big opportunity to possibly make some really good money on it. I bought 2 rows of airline seats from Air Italia. Ovens and cooktops and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
There's money everywhere. That's the cool part.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't have a niche. I have a niche for money. Things that make money.
That's awesome, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we didn't want to keep you guys super long. We just wanted to bring Joanna on, and just hopefully our goal with this is to encourage you, because some people see us doing it, like you've been doing this for 20 some years, like, okay, well, they can do it. Can other people do it too? Yes, totally. So we just want to help you gain confidence and encourage you. So I don't know if you want to add.
No, 100%. A lot of people see us and they're like, okay, they can do it, but can anybody else? And that's where, that's what our purpose was, to show you Joanna today, do the interview, actually see some other people who are going through the same struggles you're going through or have gone through those struggles, and they're busting through it. We want you guys to do the same thing. We want you guys to get the results that Joanna's getting. And it's a matter of just the advice.
Through that fear.
The advice that she's given you guys today is getting through it, throwing that fear out the window. Like she said, get rid of it, and then keep going. You know, you guys are good enough. You know, you're there for success and you have potential for success. You just have to take those thoughts captive, get them out of your head and keep going. Yep. So.
Well, thank you.
You know, one last quick thing. Somebody told me the difference between everybody's scared sometimes, and the difference between somebody's scared and somebody, and I don't know how to say it exactly, but the moral of my story, is that the difference between me and somebody that stops themselves with their fear is that I didn't let it stop me. I was still petrified sometimes, terrified when the guy bought the lights from Las Vegas, but I did it, and then it was amazing. So just push through it.
Yeah, and which is amazing. You might be thinking you're the only one who has fear. It's not. It's everybody. We've talked to Stacy's in the group. Stacy's actually one of our coaches inside of Flipper University, but she's dealt with the same exact things, and she's gone through these milestones and gotten better and better and better at throwing those thoughts, those negative thoughts out of her mind and being able to get to that next level. And now she is killing it. And Joanna's right behind. She's doing the same exact thing. So it's very exciting to see everybody's progression. Everybody's at different stages, but it's doing just what she said, getting rid of that stuff and knowing that you're not dwelling on it, that you're throwing it out the window. So yep,
throw it out the window.
Awesome. All right, Joanna, thank you so much for jumping on here, giving us a couple minutes of your time. Hopefully,
we appreciate it so much.
We do. Hopefully, all you guys got something out of this. Like I said, we were just trying to give you guys some
encouragement.
Exactly, some great encouragement, great advice on how to get to that next level, because that's what everybody wants, is to go to the next level. So, like I said, hopefully it helps, and we'll see you guys. Can't wait to see you guys on Thursday night.
Yep.
We'll talk a little bit more about my big sourcing one that I did yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
That's exciting. So, but
exciting for who? No, I'm just kidding.
But all that being said, guys,
talk about it on Thursday.
Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. And if you have any questions throughout the week, you guys know, jump into the Facebook group. Joanna's in there, Stacy's in there, everybody's in there, that we can handle your guys' questions and try to help you out the most we can. So,
all right,
you guys rock.
Have a good day. Thanks, Joanna.
See ya.
Bye.